Hello and welcome to another video. In this video, we will be exploring the essential Linux commands to navigate your system. So if you are someone who is learning Linux or you just want to know how to navigate your system through the terminal, or maybe you just forgot some command, you want to refresh some stuff. Full disclosure, I am using Windows subsystem for Linux because the commands which I will be showing it necessarily does not require a full install. So I would recommend Windows subsystem if you are getting into Linux or you are mainly familiar with Windows and you just want to learn the commands and the basics of Linux. Then it's a very good system, and I also have a video on that which I will probably link somewhere up here, or any iCard should pop up right about here. So let's get into it. First, let me show you what I'm using. So if I just do screen fetch, I actually like to use this because it shows it in really nice way. So if you just type this, you can see that I'm using Ubuntu 22.04 Jammy, and you can see here it says on Windows subsystem for Linux. So to see which terminal we are using, we can just do echo shell. Oh, sorry, my bad. This should all be capitalized. So if we do this, as you can see, I am using bin slash. My bad. As you can see, I am using the bash terminal. And if you have something different here, don't worry. Most of these commands should be the same, so don't worry too much. And if something does not match or you want to use the bash terminal, I will also link another video that shows how you can switch between terminals. Well, that was a lot of talk, so with all of that out of the way, the first command that we will be seeing, which is ls, this allows you to list directories or list the stuff that is inside of a directory. Now currently, as you can see, here's a tilde key. This means we are in the home directory. Even if I do ls, nothing will show up because there is nothing in here. So first, let me show you how we can create a directory or how to make a directory, which we can very easily do by just typing mkdir, which basically means make make, and dir is directory. So basically you're saying make a directory, and you can do just the directory name. So let's just say we want to name this test. So we want to test this thing out. So after you hit enter, it won't show anything, but if now we type ls, you can see it shows test, which means that a directory is created, and this is a directory that we can go into. And some quick notes, ls also have some special commands, so some extensions, if you will. You can have extra options like ls-l, which basically gives you a long format. So if I just do this, you can see it will show you everything that is that can be or will be known in here. So when it was created, this is basically when the folder was created, this is who created it, this is the space, and this is the permissions. So these are really complex things that we will go over in the later part of this video, so don't worry too much. And also you can also have ls -a, which will show every file. So this includes any hidden files, anything that is not meant to be shown normally. So if I just do this, as you can see, there is a whole bunch of files here, and whenever you see something that has a dot in front of it, that basically means it's a hidden file. So anything that has a dot in it, it won't show up normally. So if we do ls again, as you can see, it will just show test because it doesn't have any dot in it. Now let me show you. Let's try to make a hidden directory. So let's do mkdir. Let's go dot. Let's just hide it. And if we do this, you can see it did create a directory, and if we do ls, you can see it's not being shown, so it's completely hidden. So if we do ls-a again, you can see now here is the directory that is we created. It's basically a hidden file. So if for some reason you want to keep your top secret documents hidden in something, this is basically how to make a directory that won't show up normally. So now let's try to get into one of these directories. So we made a directory, let's get into test. To do that, we can do cd, which basically stands for change directory. So what we can do is do cd and then type the directory that you want to go to. So if we do test and hit enter, and now you can see this changed from a $sign to, sorry, this extended from a tilde to test. So this extended. Now if we do ls, as you can see, it is completely empty because we don't have anything in test yet. So if we just clear this, so you just type clear and it will clear the terminal. Now let's say we want to know where we are. We can just do pwd, which basically stands for print working directory. So if I hit enter, you can see now we are at home, the username. So this will be changed for whatever username you have, and then the directory we are in. So we are in home, we are this user, and we are in the test directory. Now since we know how to make a directory, let's learn how to remove it. So how to remove a directory, we can very easily do that. First, since we changed directory, now how do we go back? How do we tell the system we want to go back? So what you can do is type cd and followed by 2 dots. So if we hit enter, as you can see, it took us back. So using double dots will take you back one step. So if you have 3 or 4 directories forward, let's say you went into 4 directories, if you do double dots, it will take you back 1, so you will be 3 directories inside. So if this seems complicated to you, you can just try it out and get a feel for it. So now let's say no, we don't want test directory, we want something else. So again, if I just type ls, you can see the name of the directory. Then what you can do is just type rmdir. So basically it's really easy to understand. You can see rm basically stands for remove. So rm means remove, and dir, well, you can guess it, it's directory. Now if I do this, and then we can do test. Also, if you didn't know, if you type something and then hit tab, it will auto complete it for you. So since we have just test, it just auto completed it. If you have something else and you type half of it, then just hit tab, it should auto complete it for you. Now if I just hit enter, it just removed it. Now here's something to keep in mind. While using this remove directory or rmdir, it will not delete anything that has some file or something in it by default. So keep that in mind, it will not delete anything with a directory. So if the directory has something, you should delete it manually, or let me show you how you can force it to delete a file, so a directory. Now first let me show you the issue, like what happens. So if I just go to cd test, oops, we forgot, we deleted test. Let me just clear this out again, so it's more clear. Now what we can do is let's make a directory again. So mkdir test2, and then we can see it's created. We can just do cd test2, and then let's make another directory. So mkdir inside test. So now if we do ls, as you can see, this has this folder in it or directory in it. Now if we go one step back, so now we have just a test2 and we try to delete this. So rmdir and then do test2. As you can see, it will throw an error which basically says failed to remove test2, directory is not empty. So directory is not empty. So if a directory has something in it, it's really hard to remove. So that's why there is another command. Now I will not show this right now because there are a few more things that we should go over. So for that there is something else. There is also a command called rm, which is basically which can delete both files and directories. So if I do this again, so test2, as you can see, it throws an error which says test2 is a directory. Now although it says that if we do rm/rf then test2, this will do the trick. Now if we do this, it should be deleted. So let's do 2, and as you can see, ls, everything is gone. Also, there is something I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video. You can get help for all of this. So you can just do rmdir --help. It will show everything that is available, and you can see it says remove directory or directories if they are empty. So there is a condition, they have to be empty for you to use rmdir. But if we do rm-help, you can see it has a lot, but don't be overwhelmed. Now this is basically that says remove unlink the files. So this basically removes the this removes files, and you can see it has force. So this ignores non-existent files arguments. So this just ignores everything and forcefully deletes whatever it wants. And here you can see it says -r. So this is recursive. So this means remove directories and their content recursively, and recursive basically means over and over again. So it will go through everything inside of directories and are looking for whatever is left in them until where it started. So it will delete everything that falls in its path. And you can also read like other things that you may be interested in, or you may see that you may need. And again, you can see there is a d command which removes empty directories. So the -d basically does whatever rmdir does. So it's basically the same. And you may be wondering, where the heck did we get rf from? You can actually combine these things. So when we type, let's just clear this. So when we type rm-rf, we basically combined R and F together. And if we do this, it should not throw any errors, because again it's doing the same thing. Let me just quickly make the setup again, and just to show you quickly. So now we are basically where we were before, and now if we do rm/r/f and then test2, as you can see, it basically does the same thing. So in Linux you can combine these things, so this and that, this is basically the same thing. Sorry, this and this is basically the same thing, so you can do them together or separately. Anyway, that's enough of removing files. Let's go to the next topic, which is copying and moving, which is a very essential part of using a system, is to be able to copy and move files wherever you want, however you want. So again, let's just make directory, and you may be wondering that why the heck are we working with directories? There is a way to make files as well, so let me just show you that. That will be a bit interesting. So first, let's make two directories. One which will be our source directory, one will be our destination directory, so we can show copy and move both at the same time. So let's just say, let me just clear this. This will be called source, and then we can do mkdir, which will be des. So it's basically destination. Now if we see ls, you can see there is our destination, there is our source. Now if we go into our source, so we can say cd source. We can create a file or any type of file by just saying touch. Yeah, we are touching stuff now. Anyway, we can just say touch. Let's just say file.txt. So here you have to say, oh my bad. So here you can see this is the file name, and after the dot you put the extension, so the type of file you are trying to create, or trying to create, what the heck I'm trying to say. Anyway, so if we do this and hit enter, you can see ls, this made a file, and you can see it's a file. It's a bit syntax highlighting, so you can see these are in blue, these are in white, so this is basically a file. And again, I'll show you how to open files, close files from here, but for now we have a file. So now you must be wondering, okay, we have a file, we should be able to see what's in it, and yeah, you can do that with cat. So cat basically means concatenate and display, and it displays the content of a file. Now if we do cat file, again if I just hit tab, it will auto complete it. Then if I hit enter, you can see there is nothing in it. So now let's say we want to put something in the file. Now you can use any text editor you want, and for this demonstration there is an inbuilt one called nano, so you can do nano file.txt, and if I hit enter, now we can type stuff here. So we can say this is a file that we just made. Now there is something in the file, and to save it you can just hit Ctrl S, and once you hit Ctrl S you can see it wrote one line. You can hit Ctrl X to get out of the file. Now we do cat file.txt again, just to save you some time, you can just use your arrow keys. So the up arrow will give you the previous command, the down arrow will give you the one after it. So now if I just do cat, you can see it shows what's in that text file. So hope this is fairly simple for you. If you have any questions about this, you can leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts about this is. And I may be a bit it could be a bit messy, so just forgive that and let's have some fun. So now let me just clear this. So now we know how we can open a file, we can close a file. Now let's copy this. So again, if you remember, we are at the source directory. So here you can see we are at the source directory, and in case you forgot, let me just quickly do it. We can my bad if I can type. We got back, we can just do cd source. There we go. Now if I do ls, you can see there is only one file. So there is so to copy this file, let's just go to the base file. Since we want to move it from source to, we can say copy. So let's just copy it first. Let's just move it first so we can copy it later. So if we do mv, and then the first one is the source directory, so we can do source / file.txt. again you can just hit tab to autocomplete, and the first one is the source, the second one is the destination. So what this command will do, it will move this file to this directory, and now we can hit enter. And now if we do cd source ls, you can see it's empty. But if we do cd test and then do ls, you can see the file is right here. Now how do we copy it? So let's just say we want to copy it back one file. So we're going to go back and then copy it. So again we can just see the file. Then what we can do is cp, so copy, and then first is the source, so you can say file.txt, and the destination will be /source. Now again, if you don't understand why we do double dots, what this will do is it will first go back one space. So this is basically doing cd ... and then cd source both at the same time. So if I do enter, now let's just see if it did it or not. So ls, the file is still here. Then we can do cd ... and then cd source ls, and you can see we have file in both of these places. So that is basically copy. And if you have any confusion about this, again this is basically means, so the first it will just go back one, so back one spot and then go back to back to here. So the thing that we did here in two lines, this is basically doing in a single line. So there is a lot of the shortcuts that I hope you will learn as you go. So now we have learned to copy files, we learned to move files, we can view files and also edit files. So now how do we actually find them? So now we know where this file is because, well, we made it, but Let's go to our root directory. So let's say we don't know where it is. So then what we can do, we can actually use a find command. We can say find we can do find dash name and then this. Right, now this may seem a lot. First let me show you how it works. So what this is doing, it's saying find anything that has the name. So we are searching by name. We can also search by type, and then we're saying search by name, and this is where it gets interesting. You have to put it in quotation mark, which will, whatever you put inside the quotation mark is what it will search for. And now the star symbol means we don't care about whatever it's before, like whatever is before this part. So if we do .txt, which means any file that has the extension or the thing.txt in it, this will show those results. So you can also, let me just show you can just also search find dash name file. Now you can see it didn't find anything. But if we do file star, that means we don't care whatever is after the file. It means that we just want to know if has it. So if we just do, let's say LE, and we put star on both ends, you can see it will show anything that has LE in it. So it won't care whatever is after or before it, it will just show it. Now there is a simpler way of doing this. You can use the locate command. You can say locate, let's go with file.txt. So that is basically how you like find files. Now let's say you want to find where all the commands are stored, like any command is stored. It's actually stored in your system. Now in most cases, if you're used to using Windows, you think command are some black magic that just appears out of nowhere, but in Linux that's not the case. Every command has its location. To find it, you can just say where is, let's say ls, which we've been using a lot and it's been very helpful. Let's say where it is. So if we do where is ls, you can see it will show exactly where it is, and if we go to this directory, we can find the ls, like, or anything that ls does inside of it. Now I would recommend not messing with this, and once you get used to using Linux, you can also create your own commands and shortcuts and stuff. But for now, just know this just locates your command for you. Now this is basically where I would like to leave off, because if we just want to go on, there is a lot more commands out there, and I also have some more here. But if you would like to see a second part to this, or some more commands that may be helpful, then leave a like and leave a comment below, or maybe I'll just make it regardless. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.